Welcome. My name is Zero. I am from a group called El Vu. I've been in the hip hop industry for about 20 years. And I'm honored to be a part of or hosting the red carpet and talking to all these talented Indigenous hip hop artists. It's an honor. Thank you so much, International Indigenous Hip Hop Award Show, for letting me do this, exposing our podcast. And thank you. Aho. Welcome, B of Dakota South Records, right? Welcome
Correct.
to the Indigenous Hip Hop Awards Show. How do you feel? How do you feel about being nominated twice?
I feel good, man. It's always, honor when your craft gets recognized. Huge honor in itself just to be nominated, hoping to, take home one or two wins. But like I said, just to be nominated is an honor in itself.
You seem to me like a very focused individual and got nominated in 2 categories. Talk about the best music video, right?
Yes. So I'm nominated for best music video for a hip hop rendition of "Come and Get Your Love." It includes a hip hop rendition of "Come and Get Your Love" by Redbone.
Yeah, I know the song.
So, yeah. So the music video, the single, actually contains an authorized sample from Redbone. The song itself actually won Single of the Year at the Native American Music Awards a few years ago, and also won Best Hip Hop Video at the LA Music Video Awards as well. It was produced by Lex Lucasi, who has worked with T.I. and T-Pain and several other major artists. And then the video itself was shot by DJ Vado and Vado Films.
Wow. What made you pick the Redbone song? Just the famous, come and get your...
Yeah, well, for one, it's just, a great song. It's something I grew up listening to, something I always had great memories to. It's one of those songs that, every time that hook comes on, or even just the instrumental, the, it's just one of those things that just, I think just makes people happy,
Yeah. No, I know that. Hey.
Yeah.
Just gets you in the mood. And when I find out that they were the first Indigenous the first Indigenous band to kind of break it in the mainstream with that song. I felt listening to that song was dope. And the fact that you're remaking it and being recognized and showing love to that band that broke it,
absolutely. And I think you hit it right on the head there. Redbone, for a lot of us, really kind of broke down the door and was inspiration to Native and Indigenous people all over the world. That for one, they look and sound like us, but it showed us that we too could make those dreams come true.
Yeah, and look at you. You got nominated twice, and one of the songs is a major hit from a very well-known and recognized group that gave you permission. When you can say that they signed off on your sample, then you're doing a good song and they like it. And that's all you want to do, right? You want to pay homage to people that put together an unforgettable song that could be remastered and remade and give a different version and a different face and still have the same impact. So congratulations on your nomination. Armando, do you have anything else you want to ask him?
Well, knowing that this is the first annual event and, for all the youth that are going to be tuning into this, what's your message to them?
For one, just truly appreciate all the artistry that's going to be involved in this show, with this being the first annual one and them, taking submissions for several years. I think you really get a rare chance to really showcase the best of the best in Indigenous hip hop. But past that, everyone that you're seeing here is living out their dreams. And it just goes to show that, to all the youth watching, that anything that they want to accomplish, they can certainly do with drive, dedication, and discipline.
Yeah. And focus. And you seem like a very focused individual. And I was really honored to interview you, and good luck. I hope you win.
Well, thank you very much. I certainly do appreciate it.
All right, my brother. Artson, welcome to the International Indigenous Hip Hop Awards Show.
Yeah.
How do you feel about being nominated, brother?
Oh, man, to be recognized by my people is a blessing. So, what more can I ask for? Especially it being out in Canada and me being out here in the States, to be recognized like that is a blessing.
And isn't it going to be cool to be able to expose your music to people not only, well, you're from the U.S., right? But exposing people from Canada and whatever other regions they're hitting, because, there's artists coming from all over the place to perform and expose their music on this platform.
Yeah, for them to do something like this and bring it to the world and share our music, that it's amazing. So to have my music heard, around the world is gonna be, it's just gonna be so fresh, like dang, like
It's really
this is
gonna
what it's about.
it's really gonna legitimize Indigenous hip hop, right?
Yep.
Because you guys worked a long time. Artson, man, you are over 15 years deep into the game, into this indigenous, hip hop culture,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
just so happens that you're native. It just so happens that the light that you find inspiration from, it comes from, your lineage. So
Mhm.
I'm totally happy for your nomination. I wish you luck on the award, and I can't wait to see your performance, brother. What are you going to be performing?
Performing a couple songs. We did a really something really special, and so I'm just excited for the people.
Oh, so
to
it's a secret.
see.
Nice.
Yeah, a little secret, a little secret.
cool.
But yeah, I wanted to do
Cool.
something special
I'm
and
cool
give the
with
people
that.
something special and something that they probably don't see every day. So I wanted to do something different, and I was really happy with what we turned out, and I know that people are gonna feel it. So
Well, you're being nominated for the best music video, so
yeah.
that kind of gives you an advantage, and I can't wait to see your performance, brother. Thank you for being a part of the International Indigenous Hip Hop Awards show.
So Artson, for the new audience tuning in for the first annual show, what message do you have for everyone tuning in?
I would say my message is that, we're here, Indigenous people are here, we've been here, and, we're making noise. And, I know y'all are going to enjoy it and see a lot of new music, a lot of new faces, and see the vibe and catch the vibes, because that's what we're about, is spreading that good message and, telling our story from our perspective. So I know the people are going to enjoy that. So that's what I'm trying to give off, is just, something new, something refreshing for the new listeners.
Absolutely, brother. And your music does that. And I congratulate you, and I can't wait to see your surprise performance.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I can't wait, man. It's a special day, and, just grateful to be here. Grateful to be here with everyone, just sharing.
Absolutely. Everyone pay attention to Artson. It's making big moves.
Thank you, brother.
Yeah. Peace.
Hello. Welcome back to the International Indigenous Hip Hop Awards show. We're here with Mzshellz, and she's nominated and will be performing for our audience. How are you doing?
I'm doing amazing. Super
Good.
hyped for this.
Absolutely. What's the name of the song you'll be performing?
I have a bunch of them actually. There's
Are you
like,
doing like several? Is like a set? Or is
yeah,
it just okay, cool.
yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah. So what I did was put a bunch of like all the songs that I recently dropped all in one set, just to give like versatility.
Okay, cool. Well,
Mm.
we're all excited to see it. And then you're nominated for best female hip hop music.
Yeah,
How do you feel about that?
that's super exciting. It's actually a long time coming.
Really?
Like so hyped.
How long have you been doing music?
For 11 years now.
Wow. And it's paying off, huh? Now you're nominated.
Slowly, yes. It's my first
Wow.
nomination too, so I'm like super hyped.
So
Wow.
can I ask you, how do you feel about participating in the first annual International Indigenous Hip Hop Award show? What's your message to all the kids tuning in right now?
I want all the kids to know that no matter where you come from, as long as you have a dream, follow, chase it, go hard for it. You got to go hard for everything and anything that your name is attached to. Yeah.
Absolutely. What an inspirational story.
Can you go ahead and drop all your handles, and where can fans find you?
Yeah, you can find me under Mzshellz Music on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, TikTok. It's just Mzshellz Music on everything.
Right on.
So, before we let you go, give us a little bit of background on your Indigenous native background.
Hey, yeah. So I come from a small reserve called Carry the Kettle First Nation, which is about 45 minutes outside of Regina. So I grew up in these, and then once I started getting older, I moved to the city, and life wasn't very nice to me. Like in my
I've been there,
hometown.
right?
So
I've been to
moved.
Regina.
I've never heard of that place.
I've been to Regina. I've been there. I've been to your town.
It's rough.
Yeah, it was cold. It was 8
Mm,
degrees. It
it's
was
still cold.
really Regina, Saskatchewan.
Yes.
Saskatchewan. Regina, Saskatchewan. You
Yeah.
know, we did as El Vu, we toured in that area. And when you said that name, I was like, whoa, I've been there. Wow. So great.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see your performance. I know you're going to do a great job. Congratulations on your nominations, and thank you for being a part of the International Indigenous Hip Hop Awards show.
Yes. I'm super hyped to also have a booth
Oh, sweet.
for my clothing
There you go.
brand, Native by Nature.
Native by Nature. So everyone out there, Native by Nature, Mzshellz, we'll see you soon. How does it feel to know that your music has crossed a border and on a land that you haven't even, or a territory, we don't even call it land, we'll call it a territory that you don't, that's unfamiliar to you? Talk a little bit about how that feels.
You know, it's a dream come true for a lot of different reasons, but for me personally, I'm from a reservation known as the Dene Nation, or popularly known as the Navajo Nation. And a lot of us don't get the opportunity to get off the reservation and to grow, to become an artist and get opportunities to be able to travel. So I'm very fortunate and thankful for the opportunity. It means the world to me too, because I love hip hop so much. And ever since I was an adolescent youth, and seeing the connections between, you know, my traditional culture and hip hop culture really inspired me to become an MC and want to be sort of like a modern day storyteller. And I think from that moment on, I just gained appreciation and learned a lot from the legends and the greats, and just am thankful that music has gotten over certain territories that, you know, I haven't ever been before. And I think that's, for artists, that's anyone's dream, to be able to reach other audience members and listeners from abroad, overseas, or even just like through imaginary borders, such as between the US and Canada.
Before we let you go, what message you want to leave the audience?
I just want to give thanks to really the artists, the legends, and the hip hop practitioners who were part of the culture from the beginning, who paved the way for artists like myself to be able to have a platform such as the one we're on today. I got to give a shout out to East Coast hip hop, West Coast, basically hip hop worldwide. And for me as a Dene artist, shout out to everybody back home and everybody up north. Salute. Thank you.
Peace. David, nice to
Peace,
see
what
you.
up?
How
Nice
you
to
doing?
see y'all. I'm good.
Man, it's an honor to be able to interview you for this International Hip Hop Music Award.
Thanks for having me, fellas.
It's the International Indigenous Hip Hop.
International Indigenous Hip Hop.
International.
Yeah, you got
sir.
to, because, you know, Defy's a part of it, and, you know, a lot of the artists from Canada, and then you got a super producer like David Strickland. Man.
Well, my project actually has artists from America and Canada.
Oh, okay, cool. Well, and
shout out to
more,
the Def Squad.
that's more so why it's international. I mean, I love it that you know, we're crossing borders with just like, you know, including everyone.
How do you like being involved in the first annual International Indigenous Hip Hop Awards, David?
Unbelievable, amazing, very thankful. The timing is perfect. It kind of goes into the movement and to what I'm trying to push forward, which is talent and showing the world what kind of talent Indigenous people have as far as hip hop goes. That's what my album is about.
Nice.
So can we go over some of the nominations that you're aware of that you're nominated for?
Yeah, producer of the year. I'm not sure who else is nominated. You know, we're just usually thankful to be nominated or recognized, especially considering my project was a producer album, and you know, it's not really about me. So to be nominated as producer of the year is you know, extra special considering. I believe single of the year for Turtle Island, which was featuring Superman, Jordan, Whitey Dawn, Artson, What I feel like I'm forgetting somebody. Spade from Citizen Kane. Yeah, from my
That's
hood.
right. And, you know, those are
Yeah.
all amazing artists, right, Cyril?
That's an amazing song.
Yeah,
So-
so that song has artists from the U.S. and Canada as well, right?
mean-
And then the third nomination would be, I believe, Album of the Year. No, not Album of the Year. I'm not really sure what the third one. I don't think I got Album of the Year. You're gonna have to check that one. It's
Well,
there's
you know
a
what?
third one, but I'm
That's at
not
least
sure.
more
What it
than
is.
that's at least more than one nomination, right, Cyril? So that's
Yeah, there's three.
huge.
So
I mean, when you can get
Come on.
nominated as a producer, you know, as an, like you know, you're saying most of the album is your production,
right.
and that means that everyone's jumping to be on his beats, and so to get an album and a project recognized for your production is an amazing feat, man. And I congratulate you for that, bro. I hope you win.
Thank
And,
you. I mean, it's not about me. The album is about the artists on the album. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know,
But, I
so,
mean, you know,
so we should be you know, congratulating and thanking and all that should be to all the artists on the album, because I was blessed to have so many talented artists, Indigenous and non-Indigenous artists on there. So I mean, this is for them. You know what I'm saying? This is not about me. Any awards nominations is about those artists. So shout out to everybody on the album.
and that's the humility of David, you know, because you know, as an artist, you're itching to jump on someone who has credibility, who has been established, and I know you're giving the shout out to all the lyricists that jumped on your album, but I mean, sometimes as a producer myself, I'm giving you a shout out because it's not easy to get all those talented people on that same song and that same vibe, and it takes a special producer to do that.
Right. And so before we let you go, David, anything you want to say to the audience tuning into the first annual International Indigenous Hip Hop Awards?
Just get out there and support these artists. You know, at the end of the day, it's the support of the artists that goes a long way, whether you're streaming them or buying their products or merchandise or whatnot. Every little bit helps for everybody. Some people are more established than others. It doesn't matter. Just supporting the artists and, you know, supporting that music is what's key at the end of the day. And big shout out to International Indigenous Hip Hop Awards for having this platform for everybody to, you know, showcase and, you know, really hopefully grow into, like you said, our own little scene, which is a part of a world stage now. I mean, this is important on so many levels. So just understand the world's watching, and you know what I'm saying? So shout out to y'all for having, you know, us on here. Shout out to my sponsor, Level Out. Shout out to my Def Squad fam. And, you know, I could shout out to all the artists on my album. You know, I love to be able to do this. So, I mean, let's all just keep making good music and doing good things in a positive way. You know what I'm saying?
Your production is impeccable. You deserve the nomination. I hope you win, and shout out to your movement, man, because you got a lot of people behind you, and thank you. Yo. Welcome back to the International Indigenous Hip Hop Music Awards. We are with Master Ace, a presenter, a judge. Brother, how does it feel to be a part of this event?
It's a great honor, man. You know, to get that call, that email or whatever, asking me to be a part of it, totally caught me off guard. To know that there was an award show out there that was created specifically to celebrate Indigenous artists was just an amazing thing. And, you know, I've toured with a few artists, DJ Young Native, Defy, who you just had on a moment ago, and the late great Wake Self. Like, I've been on the road with these guys and have traveled around the country performing with them. And so, you know, it was like the perfect opportunity to be involved in something that would acknowledge artists like that.
How do you feel about judging Indigenous, you know, hip hop? Like, because you know, you look like an individual that has been seasoned. You toured, you went through the grind of being an underground.
He's seen it all.
Exactly. I mean, you could see the battle scars of being an independent artist and not wanting to compromise and having to create your own lane and having to create your own community, basically, that supports you. Now you're going. Can you help us judge these Indigenous hip hop acts, right?
I mean, you know what? At the end of the day, it's still hip hop.
Yeah.
It's still beats and rhymes. That's what it's about.
Yeah.
And so even though some of the artists rhyme in their native tongue, I can still judge on cadence. I can still judge on voice. I can still judge on the production. And so, it was a tedious process. I didn't realize how detailed, these awards were in terms of the categories, in terms of the amount of artists that were nominated. I don't think I ever really had an awareness that there were this many Indigenous artists out there. So it was like an eye opener for me. But to go through category by category and listening to each artist's music, watching each artist's videos, it was like, wow, like this dude's out there doing it. You know what I mean? And there were a couple of categories that were like tough to judge because there was a few really good artists there in the same category, but you got to pick one.
Well, they got a veteran. They got somebody who actually can give an honest opinion and really mean it. And that's what you want in this type of situation. You want these individuals are looking up to you and going, give me your true, not just because I'm native and I'm hip hop artist, whatever. That's what I was trying to allude to is sometimes even some individuals look at native people and go, "Oh, we got to give them a free pass just because they're native. Look how much they've suffered, you know." And now you're forced to go, "No, I got to look at them professionally. I have to give them my professional opinion because I don't want to steer you wrong, right?"
Exactly.
Yeah,
You want to judge them. You want to judge them on their merits, their creative merits.
What do you want to tell the audience tuning in, watching the first annual International Indigenous Hip Hop Award Show?
Man, just enjoy the talent, enjoy the music, enjoy these artists that have a lot of them really putting their mind, body, heart, and soul into this music. Many of them probably have normal, regular jobs, but they do music in their spare time. And so just, take that time. That's what I did. I took the time to listen to each person's music so that I could judge it. So I ask the audience just to do the same thing, to just give each artist a shot and a listen and a fair listen and go from there.
Well, thanks for exposing underground hip hop and hip hop that's done with our message, Shout out to you, brother. Yo, welcome to the International Indigenous Hip Hop Music Awards Show. We got this brother right here, this talented brother. Introduce yourself, man.
Yo, what up? I'm Skiez, straight out of Thunder Bay, Ontario.
Nice.
Up here in Canada. How's it going, guys?
Cool, Sean. So what are you nominated for here?
So actually, I'm not really nominated for an award. I'm just part of the performance set.
Give us a little preview here.
So yeah, I just got like a couple sets I'm going to lay down. I'm pretty new to the performance and everything. I just kind of got into the game and into the scene. So it's all pretty new to me. And I just want to kind of just get myself out there, get myself heard, just like a young native from the reserve, just trying to make a name for himself.
Well, you're going to be in front of some very influential judges. Hopefully they give you good feedback. You do great in your performance. Definitely. And know that, even your first performances, it sounds like you don't have too much experience. I mean, you're not going to get too much right now because we're in the situation that we're in, but keep moving. I mean, I know what it's like. I've been performing since I was 17 years old. So I'm 46 now.
Yeah, man.
Well, and to be on a platform like this, to showcase your music on an international level.
Yeah. In front of good judges that,
Sean,
that can give you.
Yeah, man. That's a crazy opportunity.
What do you want to tell the audience of the first annual International Indigenous Hip Hop Awards Show?
You know what, man? I just want everyone to have a good time, enjoy the show. We got a lot of hot people coming out here, and a lot of people doing their thing. It's just it's an overwhelming feeling that we could just do this right now during this time that we're in. And I want to just give a big shout out to the International Indigenous Hip Hop Awards Show, and thanks for just giving everyone the opportunity and giving us natives this opportunity. So, you could find me. I am Sean Skiez, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. You could just Sean Skiez, Spotify, wherever you want to listen to music, man.
Absolutely. Well, it was great having you on, bro. Good luck. Good luck with your performance, and we'll see you soon.
Definitely. Thanks, guys.
International Indigenous Hip Hop Awards Show. Welcome, Dreaming. How you doing, brother?
I'm doing very well. It's a pleasure to be here, brother. How are you?
I'm okay. Where are you from? What area are you from?
I come from the land of the Yorta Yorta people, which is 2 hours north of so-called Melbourne and so-called Australia.
Wow. So you're an Aboriginal from Australia. Oh,
Yes,
I really connect with with brothers like that. Your story and the story of what we go through here and in the western, side of things in the western US deserts and stuff like that. I really relate to your people and your message, and we're all one always. We just drifted apart somehow. But talk about a little bit about your song and what you're nominated for, brother, and your performance. True, right?
Yeah, all of that. Very honored to be a part of all of those things. And part of what you just said, I want to, I guess, piggyback onto the back of that in terms of when you talk about Indigenous people being one. And I definitely feel that I've been very blessed to travel across the Turtle Island on multiple occasions and really feel that connection and feel the realness of it, and feel overwhelmed by emotion to be on that sacred land, knowing that, there's 100% definitely a connection that goes far beyond the current generations of living Indigenous people. So for me, I was very honored, in fact, to travel to so-called Canada in 2019 to do a couple of shows out there. And whilst I was out there, I was able to be contacted by people that were putting together this show that was supposed to go ahead in 2020. Then obviously COVID hit. So I was really excited to potentially get back there and physically be over there for the show and just attend. And, for me, the biggest thing in all of this, it's actually just the building and the reconnecting of those, I guess, those fibers between Indigenous people, the connection of the story, hearing the other stories from other Indigenous people, even though, we're in a medium, which is a so-called contemporary medium of art through hip hop. But in fact, most definitely for me on a personal level, hip hop, I come to it with I suppose, a mentality and a feeling around it, which is about spiritual and sacred connections between Indigenous people and the way that we can share stories. So I'm really honored to be able to be honored to have a nomination for the Single of the Year for Indigenous International Artists, and also to perform as well, which was incredibly special to be able to offer to this whole experience, and really just an honor for me.
I want people to know he said psycho connection of Indigenous people. That's a profound artist right there, brothers. Everybody check out his performance, vote for him, do what you got to do. Let that brother know that even though he's so far away and maybe hundreds of thousands of miles away or thousands of miles away, he has a home here, bro.
Yeah, man. So before we let you go, what's your message to the kid, to that kid out in Turtle Island that's going to watch this first annual, right? Very important show, first annual International Indigenous Hip Hop Award Show. What's your message, brother?
My message to all the young Indigenous kids out there that, are connecting to this show, that have a love for hip hop or music or storytelling or whatever way that they express themselves in the world, I just want to encourage them to continue to express themselves, because that expression, that is ongoing connection of thousands of years of sacredness that they descend from as Indigenous people. And it's absolutely vital and necessary that they are powerful and strong and proud within that, and continue to just go forward with it.
Dreaming.
My pleasure. Thank you, brothers.
Thank you. Hello, Zia. Welcome to the International Indigenous Hip Hop Awards. How you doing?
Bless up, bless up. It's an honor to be here.
Great, man. And you're going to be performing, correct?
Yeah, I am.
How do you feel about performing on the International Indigenous Hip Hop Music Award?
Oh, I mean, I think it's going to be really interesting. I've never performed on a platform like this before. I think it's amazing that there even is a platform like this to really pay respect to hip hop, and then in particular Indigenous hip hop. Like it's really unique, and it's a great thing. And yeah, all of these voices deserve to be heard for sure. It's an honor.
But you're going to be performing. What are you going to do for us over here? The Indigenous Hip Hop
Well,
Award.
I'm from Jamaica. So that's a Caribbean island, if anybody doesn't know. So I am from Jamaica, and I guess my music I would call rum shot blues. So it's kind of like a mix between reggae and retro dancehall, and also, like soul and jazz and like those kind of stuff, with a little bit of a hip hop side to it probably too. And yeah, basically that's the vibe I'm gonna.
Are you singing or are you rapping?
I'm singing, but I DJ as well. I have a little. You'll hear a little bit of a DJ on this.
Wow.
On the
I mean,
side.
she stuffed like 9 different genres into what she does.
Wow.
So that's going to be really good because you can't do that.
It's going to be. It's pretty interesting.
Well, I'm
sure.
excited to hear it, Armando.
And keep in mind, Zia, this is the first annual, right? So what's your message to, all the youth that are going to be tuning in?
Well, it's just great to even represent Jamaica. I mean, Jamaica is one of the birthplaces of hip hop. So,
True.
like DJ Kool Herc, who is like considered one of the founding fathers of hip hop, was actually born in Jamaica. And I've had the honor of meeting him, which is really cool. Daddy U-Roy, he's like one of the first persons to like toast on a microphone. And that is considered like the baby steps towards starting a hip hop culture. And he's also Jamaican. He actually just died this year. So or late last year. He died very recently, and it's just really cool to represent Jamaica in this kind of context,
Well, I'm excited to hear her performance. Your
Sorry?
your performance is pre-recorded, right? It's going to be pre-recorded.
I think all the performances are pre-recorded.
Yeah.
Although I don't know if we're supposed to say
Ours
that,
out.
but
Yeah.
Right.
We just banged ours out too. By the way,
Right.
Zero's performing as well.
did you?
Yeah.
Awesome. Yes.
So it's kind of,
I
yeah,
think
that's what I'm trying to like kind of, talk about is how sometimes, it's just not used to, you're not, as an artist, we're really not used to pre-recording
Oh
and
my
sending
God.
in an artist. That's like kind of hard. I mean, we did it in
so
one
hard.
take, but I didn't want to do a second take. Yeah, it's a challenge, but I'm sure you're going to come through.
It's just kind of to try to be as creative as possible, under the circumstances, and be upful and give thanks for what we can, and have gratitude for platforms like this that we can do stuff on.
Wow. Good luck then.
Drop all your
Oh,
links.
well, it's at Zia Benjamin, so everything is at Zia Benjamin. I've got a couple music videos out, so you can look. Why can't I speak right now? I have a couple music videos out, so you can look them up on YouTube.
Okay.
Also Zia Benjamin, so that's ZIA, and then Benjamin, like all about the Benjamins.
All right.
Yeah.
Sounds cool. Well, we can't wait to your performance, and thank you for being on the show.
Thank you so much for having me, and thank you for this interview.
Oh, J25, what's up?
What's
How you
going
doing, my sister?
I'm good, my brothers. Thank you, Miigwech. Thank you so much for having me on the show.
Wow. So how does it feel being a part of the International Indigenous Hip Hop Awards?
It feels amazing. Not only do I get to represent hip hop culture, I get to represent Indigenous culture and share it with a major platform. So it's definitely a blessing.
And you get to perform too, right? And be nominated at the same time. Tell me again what you're nominated for.
I am nominated for Female Hip Hop Artist of the Year category.
Congratulations on that one.
Thank you.
That's kind of cool because the cohorts that are involved with the Indigenous Hip Hop Awards, Master Ace, Chino XL. I mean, you got some heavy hitter judges, and not only that, but they get to hear you perform. What will you be performing?
I will be performing 3 songs.
Cool.
The first one will be Indigenous, my single. I have another single called Native America, and I have another single that I will be performing called First Nations.
Right on. Wow, I like the titles of all of them.
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, man. Are you a little nervous?
Not at all.
Not at all? Oh, that's a veteran.
Right.
Someone doesn't get too
J25, I
nervous.
have a question for you. It's eye candy for me and Zero as well, knowing that this is the first annual, right? Like sometimes I tell myself like this should have been done years ago, especially with how important the Indigenous hip hop movement in the community is, right? So what do you have to say to the fans that are tuning in for the first annual International Indigenous Hip Hop Award show?
I want to say this is definitely a show that you don't want to miss. We have so many amazing artists, male and female, as well as entrepreneurs. And if you really want to get to know the Indigenous culture and learn and learn about the artists who are out here, make sure you tune in May 22nd and May 23rd. You don't want to miss it.
I'm definitely not going to miss it. And then I totally know the songs that you just mentioned. And congratulations on your nomination for Best Female Hip Hop Artist. And thank you for being a part of the International Indigenous Hip Hop Music Awards.
It's an honor. Like I said, it's a great honor. This means a lot. I definitely, I'm going to make sure to give you guys a performance out of this world.
Well, I totally, I mean, looking at your videos, I know you're going to give a good performance. So
yes.
Go ahead and drop all your social medias, please.
Oh, definitely. If you guys want to reach me on social media, you can follow me on Instagram and Twitter at the official J25. You can go to my website, www.j25inc.com. And for booking feature shows, email me at www.j25 at j25music.com.
J25, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yo, Sly Skeeta, congratulations on your,
yes, thank you very much
on your nomination. And you're going to be performing, correct?
That is correct. Yeah, I will be performing. I'm excited to be a part of this event, and yeah, I'm just really big in support of everybody showing love and make sure and get those votes into me for Breakthrough Artist of the Year category. Voting is till the end of this month, so let's get it.
Absolutely.
This is such an amazing event, right? Mzshellz just giving an opportunity for all these dope Indigenous hip hop artists to get exposed on just on a whole different level.
Well, I mean, Sly Skeeta comes from a different part of Canada, right? It's a very remote. I'm guessing it's a remote part of Canada.
We're like a small, big city, you know. We're not as big as like Toronto or Vancouver, you know. We're kind of that growing city, but we are the most native populated city in Canada. So we're known as that growing city, but we definitely have that city feel, but we also have the reserves. Mine being Waterhen, Scout and First Nations representing. So we kind of have the best of both worlds.
Absolutely, brother. Well, congratulations on your nomination, man. You got to share your platforms with us.
Yeah, definitely. Exactly. And I just want to let you know, like, this award nomination is in support of me being an advocate for missing and murdered Indigenous women and children. It's a major issue in our city. It's time to make a change. When they keep saying that they want to change the system, but I think we really need a new system and to help our Indigenous brothers and sisters get awareness about this issue that's happening, just because it's happening more than usual. But yeah, I definitely want to make sure that I try and make a balance with my music. I like to entertain, but I also live up to give out positive messages, make people think, talk about real issues like suicides on the reserves, as well as missing and murdered Indigenous women and children, which I want to make sure to bring to the forefront and use my platform. So definitely check out my music. I can check out my music videos on YouTube, www.youtube.com/Sly Skeeta. You can also find me on Spotify, Apple Music, iTunes, SoundCloud, all that good stuff. And yeah, just support your boy. I'm representing, and blessing to be a part of this and have the opportunity to get my music out there and have that Indigenous Hip Hop Award nomination is just a great feeling.
Wow, thank you for taking on those subjects, because those subjects are not easy to deal with, and to find a popular medium to voice that type of opinion is not easy.
Exactly. So, it's not everybody wants to talk about real issues, you know what I mean? But I think now in this state of wokeness, now in this time that this new generation of, our families were affected by the 60s scoop and residential schools that happened in the past where our families were separated. So it's that intergenerational, where I'm able to represent for my African and my Indigenous blood inside of me, representing for Ojibways. And I want to be able to take that, to tell their stories of what happened in the past, and bring my stories of my family to the forefront, as we can all be connected and find a way of healing and have our people move forward, and the next generation won't have experienced that but they can hear the stories of our ancestors and our family.
Well, keep it moving, warrior, because that's warrior work. That's warrior work right there. And
All day, brother.
I'm clapping over here
I
for
mean-
you, Sly Skeeta. Man, we need more artists like yourself.
they need to take responsibility, and that's what Sly Skeeta is doing. And to be a part of the International Indigenous Hip Hop Show and present your music and be nominated is a testament to your hard work. You know?
Exactly.
And to take a complex subject,
Mhm.
make it palatable for people to want to be active in it or do their part to heal that part.
Right.
Big ups
And
to you, brother.
talking about issues that affect your community, you know, a lot of people are scared to do that. They're scared to use that platform because, you know, they want to do the fluffy stuff. They want to do, you know, they want to be able to fit into the category that's going to make them popular. You know, being real and talking about issues that you have with your government, or talking about police brutality, or talking about missing women and children, is those the kind of topics that people, artists, you know, should be using their platform to, right? But I can't speak for everybody else. But, you know, the real ones that are coming from the heart, that are representing for our Indigenous people and want to make those changes in the forefront, are going to step up. And it's not a popularity contest, right? We're doing it for the love of it, for the love of our people, for the love of making a change for the future of our people. So, you know, I'll stand for that. And it feels good to be able to get recognition.
Well, thank you for doing your part, because
For sure. Much love.
you know, one person doesn't solve the entire global problem, but if somebody says something and you inspire others to take notice, organize, and affect their community, well, that's a warrior. So keep it up, brother.
Thank
It was
you.
a pleasure talking to you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Sly Skeeta. Thank you.
Stay connected. Thank you. And have me again. I definitely would love to do this again. And we'll definitely got more stories. And, you know, I know
Armando.
that I think even like next month, you know, you guys were wanting to do something. So let's do it. I'm definitely down to stay connected.
Well, I mean, you're a very good interview, and you're well thought out. I mean, so I
Yeah,
mean,
we're
I like
definitely
it.
going to get him on board.
No,
Next
I like
month,
how,
for sure.
he takes advantage. Like, well, okay, I have time to talk, so let's talk. So and this is the show to do that in. But you know, you're articulating things that are important to your community and that are important to us and our mission.
Yes.
You know, our mission is just to distribute information as best as we can. You know, and to take responsibility for what's around us. So thank you for doing that. And I thank you for making a friendship, you know, being so far away. Know that you have a home here, brother.
Yes, much love. Yeah. And I love, shout out to all my people out in Cali, all my LA. I've been going consistently out to LA since 2016, getting involved with LA Battlegrounds with my boy Alcatraz, and also doing a show for the Fry Bread Festival in 2017. So there's always that connection. And hopefully when all this COVID stuff goes crazy, I'm definitely coming down and linking up with y'all and making sure that we get, you know, get a performance or something involved with y'all. Cause I support you guys to the max.
For sure.
Brother.
Thanks a lot, brother.
Yes.
Have yourself a great night.
Much love. Take care. Peace out.
A whole welcome, the rain, to the International Indigenous Hip Hop Awards Show.
Hey, what's good?
How you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. How are you?
So you're nominated for 3 awards.
Yeah.
What awards are you nominated for?
I'm nominated for Best Female Hip Hop Artist of the Year, Hip Hop Single of the Year, and Best Video of the Year.
Wow.
Yeah.
Super talented. And where are your territories? Where are you from?
I'm from Treaty 6, out here in like the Saskatchewan Moosomin First Nation.
Wow. Saskatchewan. I've been there once. I went to Saskatchewan once. And you know what the funny thing about that? The plane, because you have to take 2 planes there. When I got to BC, I had to take a smaller plane to go to Saskatchewan because I guess it's a little bit remote.
Yeah.
When we went on the plane, Sugar Ray Leonard, a famous boxer, was right next to me. Wow, that's what I remember about Saskatchewan, but that's cool. And the fact that it was super cold. It was like
yeah,
8
it's cold
degrees.
there. That's
cool. What are the name of the songs that are nominated?
Wine for Me Baby. That one's featuring Gaza artist. I don't know if you know who Vibes Cartel is. It's featuring Sick Rhymes. So that one's nominated for Best Video of the Year and Single of the Year.
Oh, wow.
And for Best Female Hip Hop Artist, it's under my old name, Kara Jade. That's what I used to go by. But that's Come Over. It's a dedication to the Two-Spirited community.
Oh, okay. Wow, 2 different songs.
Yeah.
I mean, that's interesting because usually when you see award shows, they're like the same songs nominated. Like you said, best female, best video, it kind of fits in the same categories. But to get two different songs on two different nominations is pretty impressive.
Thank you. Thank you.
Well, that's cool. Well, share with us your social media, any websites.
My social media is at the RA11N on Instagram and Twitter, and Kara Jade on Facebook.
So I want to ask you, this being the first annual International Indigenous Hip Hop Award Show, how do you feel about it? Like, what's your message to the kids and being part of this historical event?
I'm super excited. I would say a lot of my music, a lot of what I do is for the youth. So to be able to be a part of the first edition of this International Indigenous Hip Hop Awards is a really big deal. I think it gives the youth an opportunity to look forward to in the future. And it ties into what I'm kind of trying to do, because I'm going to school right now for music, actually. So I'm trying to start up a youth center here in Toronto where the youth can come and like express themselves musically.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it takes, and it's a long road when you choose to do music, and if you can inspire a child at a young age to get really into it, those are the ones that are, very successful at that. And,
Yeah.
Yeah. Obviously, I mean, and then everybody reaches, it all comes down to hard work, it doesn't come easy.
Oh,
and just
no.
because you're talented doesn't mean you get to be rewarded or even recognized. But
No.
I'm glad that you are nominated for 3 awards and impressively for 2 different songs. It takes a very talented person to do that. And thank you for being on our show.
Thank you.
All right. The rain.
Yeah.
You gotta unmute yourself.
So any last words before we let you go?
I just wanted to say, look out for my new music. Look out for my label, the new Jet Set. It's an Afro-Indigenous label based here in Toronto and in Jamaica as well. Just keep an ear out because I'm going to be releasing my album soon.
Sweet. Well, we will be.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. The rain.